a lot about how I like to think it's one of those things that will make their
What was that?
so it was a lot of fun to travel
I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that. I can't play those games until after this weekend. But I can play this. Oh no, not that. Arcade. This. I can play this. They got a bunch more arcade games coming.
Hey, yoo-hoo!
Hey, you! Yoo-hoo to you too.
Okay, even it out. I'll give him my number 2.
Hey, yoo-hoo!
Performing at the Ryman in Nashville. Oh, well, that's perfect. Okay, I still have okay. Well, songs that we ended up covering and putting on the record. That was just show
my mic.
a lot of ways, right? We've had really good crowds in all the crowds, but sometimes you get just a really special, engaged crowd. I think they could tell, and it was like they were sharing something that they knew was so meaningful to us. Yeah, and it's just, venues are different, and that place is special, not just because of the history, but literally the physicality of the Ryman, the acoustics, the fact that you can hear everything that everyone says and does, and it just feels like all the energy is focused right there into the middle.
Okay.
And the reason it was number 1 for me is because
what's happening?
when we, you know what I'm saying, like from a
oh my god,
you're the thing that we do a performance for us could be one of many different things, right? Yeah. We do a lot of different things at what, for lack of a better word, our professional peak, right? Doing what it is that we love to do with each other for this audience that's completely engaged in this space.
Can I close this now?
Like you're really taking,
maybe? Nope.
Just don't do. A lot of
It's telling me no.
May be more ultimately meaningful. Their wife, my family back in North Carolina. But it was really difficult to narrow those down to one particular moment where it felt like
It's just not letting me. It's not letting me do anything at all.
almost mystic
So,
moment. We've had some great moments on stage where it was like, okay, this was fit. You could never have written, but it just happened. Now it's a special moment in time just for those people who came to that show, and it never happened like that. But that was the one.
it's just not letting me click. Yeah, I can't. I'm not allowed.
There's no pressure of performance for me. I'm like, I was looking at how much fun you were having. He was into it. It's like that's the moment where I was really savoring and taking it in. And we talked about it on stage, and like,
We'll try this again.
Us experiencing it became the experience for the audience. So like they became a part of it, and it was just a cycle of energy.
It's the one moment I can point to on what happened and how it makes me feel now. But I can almost like transport myself back to that moment. I was like, it registered. I was like, oh, this moment is hitting me right now. Whereas typically you're doing something like camping with your kid or whatever, and you're like, this whole thing is awesome, and I'm having a great time. This moment where we're listening to this podcast, and I'm realizing that this is a good thing, and we're bonding, etc. But it really is the sort of taking it and distilling it later as a memory, and that. But it was like, no, it was in the moment.
Yeah.
And it really only happens. It's the one I can point to. It's the one time I can point to that being the case.
Well, and that, I mean, when you talk about this, when you talk about therapy and like being able to get more in touch with your feelings, I do think that's an aspect of it. I feel like there were.
I think so.
I feel like there are moments throughout the list when I can re-access the feelings that I had. A bit emotional about a number of these things on the list, but that was a special one, and it's cool because
When you get off, I'm getting off.
People talk when any talk about country music, they're like.
I said when you get off, I'm getting off.
It's like it pops up, Watch the Ken Burns documentary on country music, and it's so much of it is about the rhyme and stuff. It comes out of the woodwork a lot, so there's always an occasion to again, which is really cool. So that was the number one worthy experience for me. But if I'm gonna get to my number one, this one's related to Christy. This is a milestone that she experienced that for me was just vicariously through her. Excuse me. So, a little backstory. I'm trying to remember how much of this I've shared on the podcast. I think I've shared the fact that like Christy has suffered from post-concussion treatment. So it's basically she has
What is going on?
Invisible symptoms that originated over 3 years ago when she was walking into a grocery store and she stepped up on a curb, and just that simple step up, she hit her head, the very top of her head on the treatment, that then she sustained a concussion. She was never knocked out for a long time, but she sat back down in the car and gathered herself. Ultimately went to
Reconnecting again. I can't compete, guys. I'll try this last time. I'll try to lower my input to Omlet and see if that helps. Otherwise, I just can't.
3 years later, she still has, like I said, symptoms every single day of what she calls a brain fog.
Okay. There we go. Maybe it'll work now.
It probably took over a year to come to grips with the fact that she has.
Oh, wow. There we go. Maybe. If we're lucky, it'll start up.
There's lots of things you can try, and she was trying all types of things. But she went on a friend of ours podcast.
Yeah, I can't compete, guys. I gotta go off. Sorry.